What if I told you that one of reality TV's most famous couples, Matt Roloff and Caryn Chandler, just ended their engagement after 2 long, turbulent years? What went wrong between the Roloff patriarch and the woman so many believed would be his forever? This shocking breakup has left fans of Little People, Big World stunned, sparking endless speculation about whether it was farm drama, family conflict, or something even deeper that ultimately tore them apart. Over the next hour, we're diving into everything you need to know. The full relationship timeline that led to their engagement, the ongoing controversies surrounding Roloff Farms, the tension between Matt and his children that never seemed to fade, and why so many fans say they saw the cracks forming in this relationship long before the official split. This isn't just a story about love lost, it's about family loyalty, trust, and whether the Roloffs can ever truly heal after years of public feuds. Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel. For Roloff family latest news update, please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. To truly understand the weight of Matt and Caryn's breakup, we need to rewind the clock and trace their journey from the very beginning. Caryn Chandler wasn't just a random person who entered Matt Roloff's life. She had been part of the Roloff world for years. Fans of Little People, Big World will remember that Caryn first came into the picture as a longtime employee at Roloff Farms. She served as the farm manager, helping oversee pumpkin season, guest visits, and the massive operations that turned the Roloff property into a yearly attraction. For years, she worked side by side with Matt, Amy, and their children. But while she was originally seen as simply part of the staff, over time her connection with Matt deepened. The turning point came after Matt and Amy's marriage collapsed. Their divorce in 2016 ended nearly 3 decades together, leaving fans divided over who was truly at fault. Almost immediately, speculation began when Matt and Caryn were seen spending more time together. Critics accused Matt of moving on too quickly, while others felt he had finally found happiness after years of marital struggles. Caryn, for her part, faced a storm of online judgment. Viewers questioned whether her relationship with Matt had overlapped with his marriage to Amy, though both Matt and Caryn have consistently denied that narrative. By the time Matt publicly confirmed his romance with Caryn, it was clear the relationship wasn't just a fling, it was a serious partnership. The couple appeared together on TLC, attended family events, and began splitting their time between Oregon and Caryn's Arizona home. And in 2021, after years of speculation, Matt finally popped the question. The engagement was met with mixed reactions. Some fans celebrated the news, believing Matt deserved love after his divorce. Others, however, saw it as yet another wedge in the already fractured Roloff family dynamic. What stood out most about this engagement was the deliberate pace. Unlike whirlwind celebrity marriages, Matt and Caryn didn't rush down the aisle. For 2 years, they remained engaged without setting a firm wedding date. Matt often said they were waiting until the new dream house he was building on the farm was complete. But behind that reasoning, some wondered if there were deeper hesitations at play. Caryn, who had already weathered the storm of fan criticism and family tensions, seemed cautious about jumping into a marriage that would make her permanently tied to not only Matt, but also his complicated history. Early cracks began to show during this time. While Matt was still heavily invested in Roloff Farms and the legacy he wanted to leave behind, Caryn reportedly had different priorities. She enjoyed her life in Arizona, away from the constant drama, and wasn't as attached to the land or the family business as Matt was. Friends close to the couple suggested that Caryn was never fully comfortable stepping into the role of farm matriarch, especially given how contentious things had become with Zach, Tori, and even Amy. Fans also noted subtle moments on Little People, Big World where their differences peeked through. Matt often spoke about legacy, farming, and construction projects, while Caryn leaned toward relaxation, family vacations, and time with her children and grandchildren. On the surface, these differences seemed manageable. But beneath the smiles and TLC interviews, they hinted at 2 people with distinct visions for the future. The 2-year engagement became a kind of waiting game. Would Matt and Caryn eventually walk down the aisle and solidify their bond? Or were they avoiding the inevitable truth, that their partnership was strong in companionship, but shaky when it came to long-term alignment? Fans began to speculate that perhaps the delay in marriage wasn't just about construction delays or timing, but about underlying concerns that neither side was ready to confront. And as history now shows, those early warning signs were not just speculation, they were the seeds of the heartbreaking split we're talking about today. The breaking point for many fans, and for the Roloff family itself, was the infamous Roloff Farms sale. Matt's decision to list a large portion of the property for a staggering $1.5 million sent shockwaves through both his household and the fanbase. For decades, Roloff Farms wasn't just a piece of land, it was the beating heart of the family. Generations of memories were made there: pumpkin season festivals, family gatherings, even weddings. To see it put on the market felt like the ultimate betrayal to some of his children. As the months passed, Matt Roloff and Caryn Chandler's engagement began to reveal deep cracks that many fans suspected but never fully understood. What started as excitement over a fresh chapter quickly spiraled into a string of disagreements, some minor, some fundamental. One of the earliest and most telling sources of conflict was wedding planning. Reports suggest that Caryn envisioned something intimate, low-key, and far away from the Roloff Farm spotlight, a new beginning that wouldn't constantly bring them back to Matt's history with Amy. But Matt, he saw their wedding as another chance to tie everything back to the farm, to legacy, to the land he poured decades into building. To him, the farm wasn't just property, it was family history. And for Caryn, that very history was what she wanted to step away from. Their disagreements didn't stop at the wedding details. Another major point of tension was where to live after tying the knot. Matt had long split his time between Oregon and his Arizona vacation home. He dreamed of retiring in Arizona's warmer climate while keeping one foot in the farm to oversee projects and expansion. Caryn, however, was reportedly leaning toward leaving Oregon behind for good. She had grown weary of the constant family feuding tied to the farm, the endless drama with Amy, Zach, and Jeremy, and the scrutiny that came from being at the heart of it all. Arizona symbolized freedom, a clean slate away from the cameras and constant criticism. Then came the deeper clash of priorities. Matt, even in his 60s, remained laser-focused on expanding his farm empire, whether that meant turning parts of Roloff Farms into rental spaces, building new structures, or adding features that could generate revenue. Caryn, on the other hand, wanted to downsize emotionally and physically. She wasn't interested in being tethered to projects that would keep Matt bound to the farm forever. Instead, she wanted to enjoy the next stage of life with more relaxation, less responsibility, and less family baggage. This difference in perspective grew sharper under the gaze of the public. Fans and media outlets followed their every move, and not always kindly. Some accused Caryn of being a homewrecker, never fully forgiving her for stepping into Matt's life so soon after his split with Amy. Others suspected that Caryn's disinterest in the farm was proof she wasn't truly invested in Matt's legacy or even in the relationship itself. Rumors swirled that she was already done with the constant farm drama, but stayed because of comfort, stability, and financial security. By this point, the engagement that was meant to be a happy chapter was instead becoming a pressure cooker. Every decision, from where to live, to how to celebrate their union, to what their shared future would look like, seemed to highlight just how differently Matt and Caryn viewed the next stage of their lives. The news of Matt Roloff and Caryn Chandler's breakup sent shockwaves through the little people, big world community. For years, fans watched their relationship unfold on screen, from casual beginnings on the Roloff farm to Matt's heartfelt proposal, and eventually to their highly anticipated engagement. So when the announcement came that, after 2 years of planning a wedding, the couple had officially called it quits, reactions online ranged from disbelief to sadness to even a sense of inevitability. Social media lit up with thousands of comments, with some viewers saying they saw it coming while others expressed genuine heartbreak that Matt, after so much personal struggle, wouldn't find lasting happiness with Caryn. For Matt, the emotional toll has been significant. Beyond the public scrutiny, he has already been navigating serious health challenges, including ongoing mobility issues and recovery from medical procedures. Running Roloff Farms, a full-time business with high stakes, has also continued to weigh heavily on him. Now, adding a breakup on top of those responsibilities makes this a particularly challenging chapter of his life. Many fans worry that the stress could worsen his health, pointing out that Matt has always been someone who carries both the burdens of the farm and the family on his shoulders. As for Caryn, the split leaves her facing a brand new chapter of her own. For years, she has been labeled everything from the farm manager's girlfriend to Matt's fiancé, with her personal identity often tied to Roloff Farms drama. With this breakup, Caryn has the chance to step out of the Roloff family shadow and redefine herself. Will she return to a quieter life away from reality TV cameras? Or will she lean into her own ventures, perhaps even opening up about her side of the story in interviews, books, or her own projects? That remains to be seen, but one thing is clear. Caryn has always been strong-willed, and this may be her opportunity to take control of her own narrative. Stepping back, their split raises larger questions about the strain of mixing love, family, and fame. Can a relationship truly withstand the pressures of a blended family, public scrutiny, and millions of dollars in assets on the line? For Matt and Caryn, the answer appears to be no. Their story is a sobering reminder that even the most promising romances can fracture under the weight of outside pressures, whether it's the farm feud, disagreements over the future, or simply the exhaustion of living life in the spotlight. And what does this all mean for little people, big world itself? The show has thrived for nearly 2 decades on the dynamics of the Roloff family: love, conflict, and resilience. Matt and Caryn's breakup adds yet another dramatic twist to a series already defined by change. Some fans speculate this could usher in a new storyline, while others fear it signals the beginning of the end for the franchise. If the Roloffs themselves cannot find peace and unity, can the show continue to resonate with the same heart and hope that first drew audiences in? One thing is certain: Matt and Caryn's split is more than just the end of an engagement. It's a turning point for the Roloff family, their legacy, and the future of the series. As we reach the end of this story, the central question remains. After years of love, deep family drama, and the never-ending feud over Roloff Farms, why couldn't Matt and Caryn's relationship withstand the pressure? Their split isn't just about two people calling off an engagement. It feels like the closing of a major Roloff family chapter. For years, fans watched their bond grow, witnessed their plans for the future, and followed every twist in the farm saga. But now, the future looks uncertain, not just for Matt and Caryn, but for the Roloff legacy itself. At the end of the day, whether it was family conflict, farm drama, or simply growing apart, one thing is certain: Matt Roloff and Caryn Chandler's split has left fans stunned. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.